Well, another person that was trending over the weekend was Atiku Abubakar's wife, Titi Abubakar, who called on Nigerians to vote for the All Progressives Congress instead of her husband's party, the People's Democratic Party, in a video that has now gone viral. Let's take a look.
25th of February, everybody should come. If you have not collected your PVC, you go and collect your PVC. Get it ready. 25th of February. We should vote APC.
Well, reacting to the video, the spokesperson for the APC Presidential Campaign Council, Festus Keyamo, on Twitter wrote, "Wife to Atiku, Titi Abubakar, has just urged Nigerians to vote APC on February 25th next year. In all honesty, this is obviously a slip of tongue, but we hold the view that it is unreasonable to make a mountain out of such molehills, especially when you quickly correct yourself." While Sam wrote, "These people are confused because they are basically in both parties. They have spent too much time in both parties not to misplace their current party name to either the two, PDAPC, according to Tinubu. APPDP, according to Atiku, are the same." Over to you, Rufai. I mean, this is, I think Sam's rhetoric is apt. Basically, these people, it appears they come from the same party, but it was an obvious slip of tongue regarding Titi Abubakar making, that urge to Nigerians to vote the APC instead of the PDP. Rufai.
So what I'll just say is, concerning the first comment, Atiku Abubakar saying that the Igbos have a reason not to vote for him and all of that because he will work with people as regards restructuring. Political talk is good during political season, and I keep referring to the words of Jada Gall. Politicians will say they'll build bridges where there are no rivers. So be careful when politicians are speaking. And I just hope, if they get in there, they will not lie that they didn't say this any longer. Now we are hearing restructuring. We are hearing 10 billion for SMEs. Hope they are going to fulfill all these promises. Because we had $1 to 1 naira.
We did.
We had student loans. We had many promises, too numerous to mention. In fact, if you had listened at the campaign trail, it would have been like, oh, Nigeria would have turned to paradise if they had won that time. But today, 133 million people in poverty. Life is terrible for people. Jackpot syndrome is the order of the day. High level of inflation. Hope it's not going to be this way. Because you see, in all of this, who I'm more concerned about is the Nigerian people that are suffering, not the political class. The political class, they are sorted. They are the creme de la creme of society. Today, fuel scarcity still on, a couple of days to Christmas. It doesn't affect them because they'll get fuel. Their aides will get everything good for them. They will get the best things of life. But it is you out there that you are suffering and you are fighting on social media over these people that will never get the good. So be thinking of yourself and introspect. For Ms. Atiku's wife saying that vote, what is it called? It is gaffe season, political season. So I'm sure they too can have their own laugh, like they've been laughing at the APC kindly for making all the gaffe. But one thing remains. We should ask ourselves the question, why is it that whoever we vote, life of Nigerians have not changed over the years? See, names will differ. Today we are calling APC PDP. At some point we're calling AD in this country. All right? At some point we're calling MPC. At some point we're calling Northern People's Congress. Names of political party and acronyms will change. But it's the life of Nigerian people getting better every year. So it's not about the gaffe. It's how can your life get better than what it used to be before. And that's why Nigerians, please, I beg you, shine your eye. Read manifestos. Look at the character of the individual. Ask them questions who they are.
Okay.
What do they stand for? Where's their birth record? Where's their medical record? What business did they do before now? How did they make their money? Because those questions revolve around character before you vote them. And please, if they don't do your bidding after you vote them, in the next election, vote them out. The power is supposed to be in your hand. Don't allow people to deceive you again. Your life must be better for the people you vote in.
All right. Ayo.
Absolutely. Just continuing from where Rufai stopped. The truth is, looking at the antecedent of the presidential candidates, I wouldn't fault Mrs. Titi Atiku Abubakar, because at a point you become confused when you have gone from SDP to AC to PDP, then to APC, then to PDP. So sometimes I wonder, which election am I in now? Which party should I be speaking? I mean, that's on a lighter note. But seriously, though, just like what Rufai mentioned, that beyond, it's not, why is there cross-carpeting with candidates? Of course, there are many reasons why you would cross-carpet, and it's allowed. However, this brings the question as to what are the ideologies of political parties in Nigeria. Because ideally, when you identify with a particular political party, there must be a strong reason why you've chosen to go on the platform of that party. And so beyond, that's why people are saying, oh, they're all the same, PDP, APC, whatever name, or acronym that's out there. It's just recycling of the same people. So again, going to the questions, the main things that we should be looking out for, since unfortunately we can't hold any party. Some do have ideologies, but if you ask people who vote for that party, they wouldn't tell you what they stand for or what their beliefs are. So what you're looking at, as we've mentioned again, is the candidate now, ensuring that this person represents the Nigeria of your dreams, the Nigeria you want to see in the next dispensation.
Very well said, Ayo. Dr. Batin.
Well, first, for Mrs. Atiku, as Festus Keyamo pointed out, it was a slip of tongue. But the video that was shown did not indicate that she quickly corrected herself. So when people have a slip of tongue and they correct themselves, it will be obvious that this was a slip of tongue, not a deliberate gaffe. And in any case, you'll recall that in 2014, the same presidential candidate of the PDP was a member of the APC. He left the PDP and picked up the membership card of the APC. So Mrs. Abubakar may have been used to campaigning previously for APC, but now the register has changed. But in politics, it's better, not to attack people's wives. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has been talking about a cocktail of issues, about how his presidency will be a stepping stone to Igbo presidency, by which some people assume that is referring to the fact that he has a vice presidential candidate of Igbo extraction in the person of Senator and Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, governor of Delta State. He talks about reviewing the Constitution. Well, what are the specific aspects of the Constitution that he wants to review? He talks about restructuring. Nigerians have many ideas about restructuring, and restructuring means many things to many people. I hope that, it's not enough to just make all of these promises. He will spend $10 billion for SMEs. Well, I just saw one report talking about debt service to revenue ratio in Nigeria. And that report was saying that that's about 86.07%. And that, in fact, we face the risk of debt service to revenue reaching over 90% by December this year. And the report, I think that's a report by Afrinvest, was saying that next year, the major challenge for whoever becomes president will be what to do about this revenue crisis and this debt service to revenue ratio. These are the kind of concrete things that I think the candidates should be talking about, instead of general promises. But as I pointed out earlier on, if you make the promise, just remember that people are taking note and you'll be reminded. I think that there is, a substantial segment of the population that has moved beyond politicians coming to say they will turn 1 naira to $1. No, questions will be asked.